In the Arctic, geologists Julia and Oscar are doing some experiments by setting up explosives underwater. At that moment they receive a call warning them about a storm, so they have to get going. Nearby, a Russian submarine is detecting high-intensity noises of unknown origin. To their shock, the seabed appears to be rising. Julia's scanners go crazy right before the ice around her camp begins to crack. She wants to pick up her research before leaving, but there's no time, so Oscar drags her to the snowmobile. In the submarine, the team detects that the noises are of biological origin and gets ready for evasive maneuvers. However, the submarine is suddenly hit by something in the water. On the surface, Oscar and Julia are trying to escape as fast as possible as the ice continues to crack behind them. Unfortunately, the cracks appear ahead too and the snowmobile is pushed by the rising ice. The duo rolls off while the snowmobile explodes and sinks. Soon their camp is exploding too and the remaining scientists slowly sink to their deaths. The submarine keeps taking damage and the men can barely stay on their seats as everything shakes. After some struggle they manage to open fire, and the resulting light reveals some huge tentacles in the water. A man is sent flying through a glass screen and passes out from his injuries. Another officer manages to send out the emergency buoy right before the submarine sinks. In the Russian Marines headquarters, they learn about the submarine's disappearance. Since it was carrying very important weapons, they send out a rescue team to retrieve them or destroy them. The mission will be led by Victor, the brother of the submarine captain. His family is worried that he may disappear as well, and his mother gives him his dead father's watch as a token of good luck. That night Victor arrives at the docks and discovers that his father's friend Admiral Olshinsky is coming to the mission too. The first mate is worried that Olshinsky may be too old and cranky for the job. When Victor gets in the submarine, many crew members complain that they were pulled from their vacations for this. Meanwhile, Julia and Oscar are wandering in a snowstorm, trying to get a signal on their phone. Julia is distracted by the screen and almost falls into an abyss, but Oscar catches her just in time. At that moment her phone finally finds a signal from an oil rig and calls them. However, the snowstorm makes too much noise and the rig workers don't understand her. The phone soon loses signal and the call ends. A desperate Oscar shoots a flare before collapsing. In the morning, the submarine makes it to the disappearance spot and after lots of preparations, they finally dive in. The crew notices that Olshinsky takes Victor to a private room with other high officers and makes them read a report that leaves them looking upset. Soon rumors of the previous submarine's disappearance start spreading. Back to Julia and Oscar, they're surprised to discover the buoy stuck in the ice. Realizing someone will come for this, they decide to stop wandering and wait there. When the submarine finally picks up the buoy's signal, it immediately heads in that direction. A bunch of whales suddenly surround the submarine, so the crew tries to move down without hurting them. One of the whales accidentally hits a rotary screw head, so Olshinsky tells the crew to turn on the sonar, ignoring Victor's concerns about possibly harming the creatures. When they activate the sonar, the whales swim away, only to return a second later. The crew wonders what to do until they notice the whales going away for real this time. It turns out there's a low-frequency noise in the area and the seabed is rising. A huge tentacle moves in the darkness and kills a whale with just one hit. The submarine crew worries because they can't identify the sound while their radar detects something big coming. Thinking it may be an enemy, Olshinsky wants to open fire, but Victor points out they can't be sure and